Church say about same-sex marriage?
Homosexuality refers to relations between men or between women who experience an exclusive or predominant sexual attraction towards persons of the same sex. It has taken a great variety of forms through the centuries in different cultures. Its psychological genesis remains largely unexplained.
And go.
The Catholic Church takes a very high view of marriage and human sexuality. As the account of Genesis shows, marriage and sexuality were created by God and given to mankind as gifts for our benefit.
Scripture records God's statement that it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him a helper fit for him in Genesis chapter 2 verse 18. As a result, a man leaves his father and his mother and cleaves to his wife, and they become one flesh in Genesis chapter 2 verse 24. Some may forego the good of marriage to serve a higher calling in Matthew chapter 19 verses 10 to 12, but it is a good nevertheless. For Catholics, marriage is social as well as religious, but its religious aspects are very important. The Bible repeatedly compares that relationship between man and wife to that between God and Israel in Hosea chapter 9 verse 1, or between Christ and his church in Ephesians chapter 5 verses 21 to 32. For Catholics, marriage is a holy. Since the Church sees marriage as holy, it believes it must be treated with reverence. It also recognizes that marriage is basic to the health of society and therefore a public institution that must be defended against harm.
It is not marriage. Calling something marriage does not make it marriage. Marriage has always been a covenant between a man and a woman which is by its nature ordered toward the procreation and education of children and the unity and well-being of the spouse.
The promoters of same-sex marriage propose something entirely different. They propose a union between two men or two women. This denies the self-evident biological, physiological, and psychological differences between men and women which find their complementarity in marriage. It also denies the specific primary purpose of marriage, the perpetuation of the human race and the raising of children.
Go.
It violates natural law. Marriage is not just a relationship between human beings. It is a relationship rooted between human nature and thus governed by natural law.
Natural law's most elementary precept is that good is to be done and pursued, and evil is to be avoided. By this natural reason, man can perceive what is morally good or bad for him. Thus, he can know the end of or purpose of each of his acts, and know how it is morally wrong to transform the means that help him accomplish an act into the act's purpose.
Go.
It always denies a child either a father or a mother. It is in the child's best interest that he be raised under the influence of his natural father and mother. This rule is confirmed by the evident difficulties faced by the many children who are orphans or are raised by a single parent, a relative, or a foster parent.
And go.
It validates and promotes the homosexual lifestyle. In the name of the family, same-sex marriage serves to validate not only such union, but the whole homosexual lifestyle in all its bisexual and transgender variants.
Go.
It turns a moral wrong into a civil right. Same-sex marriage opposes nature. Two individuals of the same sex, regardless of their race, wealth, stature, erudition, or fame, will never be able to marry because of an insurmountable biological impossibility.
Wait. Go.
It does not create a family but a natural sterile union. Traditional marriage is usually a vacant that those who would frustrate and must do violence to nature to prevent the birth of children. By using contraception, it naturally tends to create families.
It defeats the state's purpose of benefiting marriage. One of the main reasons why the state bestows numerous benefits on marriage is that, by its very nature and design, marriage provides the normal conditions for a stable, affectionate, and moral atmosphere that is beneficial to the upbringing of children, all fruit of the mutual affection of the parents.
Dapat. Go.
It imposes its importance in all societies. By legalizing same-sex marriage, the state becomes its official and active promoter. The state calls on public officials to officiate at the new civil ceremony, orders public schools to teach its acceptability to children.
Go.
It is the cutting edge of the sexual revolution. The gay movement, whether acknowledged it or not, is not a civil rights movement, not even a sexual liberation movement, but a moral revolution aimed at changing people's view of homosexuality.
It offends God. This is the most important reason. Whenever one violates the natural moral order established by God, one sins and offends God. Same-sex marriage does just this. Accordingly, anyone who professes to love God must be opposed to it.